Good morning. Hi guys. I hope Anna didn't oversleep again. I'm awake. I'm so sorry about yesterday. So for those of you who are joining today, I'm so sorry. I was supposed to do this yesterday at exactly the same time, but I missed my alarm. And okay, please tell me, any of you who else uses iPhone? I swear on my life, I've asked my friends this too. I said I don't really snooze that much. I'm usually pretty good at waking up with one alarm. But sometimes with the iPhone alarm, I don't think I'm going crazy, but I just genuinely don't think it went off. Because I think I would remember if it had gone off and then I turned it off and then I would go back to sleep. I think I would 100% remember. I'm not that old yet, you know? Does any of you feel the same way? If you have iPhone alarm, do you sometimes feel have you ever had times where you've missed it and you're like, I swear on my life it did not go off? Girl, I set 5 alarms. Yeah, so I set multiple alarms on my iPhone too. Shall I show you my phone? It's really funny actually. So I should probably delete some alarms, but this is literally from if I have deadlines or if I have to get up. Look at I'll turn the brightness. It starts at midnight. And I have alarms for every single possible. I should probably delete some of them. Yeah. I should definitely probably delete some of them. It's not just for waking up, it's for when I have to remember to do something and all that kind of stuff. I use a Google Hub Max as an alarm clock. Okay. I set 3 or more. So these days I set 3, or I set it on my phone and then I also set it on my iPad or something. So they go off, you just didn't hear it. I really don't think so. But anyway, guys, just for anyone who's going to be rewatching this at a later point, so I'm going to just talk about updates and stuff that's been happening in Korea. Also, remember when you're watching it back, you can have the live replay turned on. Turn that button on so you can watch it with everyone in the chat. Not everyone knows the fact that you can rewatch it with the chat and stuff, and it's way more fun if you watch it that way. So okay, I'm sorry about last night, but yeah, this morning I woke up, although I was editing until 2 a.m. last night. I'm editing the vlog so last week we shot Ramen and Chill, the spin-off. It was a long ass day, oh my god, and I can see myself deteriorating throughout the whole vlog. I woke up at 5 and then we went to bed at probably 2 something. It was a long ass work day, but it was all good. Bella was there, obviously. Miso, I don't know if you know her. She's she's from Morocco and she's a big YouTuber in Korea too. Also Shannon, she's she was on an episode of Korean Pizza Club. She's blonde and she looked like a Barbie. We told her that she looked like a Barbie doll. So met Shannon. And then we had 3 Korean boy actors, and they were very professional. And because obviously that's their job, rather than hiring influencers or friends or people who are normies, when you hire actors, it's the level of preparation they did. I was okay, thank you so much. It was very easy because they were there. And you'll get to see it soon, hopefully. So I'm editing that vlog right now. Loved your latest video. Thank you so much. Yeah, I always wanted to talk about that because I watch a lot of that kind of content too, and it hopefully can be helpful to someone. So, is it still scorching in Korea? No, actually. So the weather has taken a turn, but it's just my room is stuffy. But I think it's basically the start of autumn, which I love. I am so down for autumn. Fall. You say fall in the US, right? We say autumn in the UK. So yeah, I think Korea is about to turn into autumn, which I cannot wait. I want pumpkin lattes and the leaves, crunchy leaves and all of that. Yeah, I'm done with the humid, hot Korean summer. But yeah, the whole season. So guys, remember that the Ramen and Chill is a spin-off. So basically, because we didn't get enough money from the government to actually make a season 2. Because it costs so much money. So hopefully this spin-off, once uploaded to YouTube, that can snowball into more funding to make an actual season 2. So that's basically what's happening. And later this evening, I have so much to do today. later this evening I'm going to an exhibition, one of my friends' exhibitions in like Cheongdam, and then this evening I'm seeing Subini for drinks near our area. But also, you guys, I told you that I think that I've been selected for this like Seoul promotion program. Is lasts until like November, right? And like the Ujiro video that I uploaded a few weeks ago, that was like in collab with them. But it's just like, as much as I appreciate having been like selected, it's also like I hate people telling me what to do in terms of my YouTube. I seriously hate it. And with sponsors as well, I'm grateful, and like obviously I need the sponsors and stuff, but it's just like anytime there's like a third party that gets involved and it's like, can you please write your like your plan out for the video, like please revise it, please send it to us again, like second, third time, can you please do this, can you please do this? I'm just like, I know what my audience wants from me, and I know what kind of videos I want to see, and I want to know what makes a good video. When people are like, no, you just focus on this and don't talk about anything else, I'm just like, so although there are so many times I'm just like, you know, if you're a YouTuber, you work a lot of times on your own because you don't go into an office unless I'm doing like stuff like with David and Danny and stuff. But like most of the time I'm like working alone at home, like editing and coming up with ideas, right? And so as much as I find like those parts are challenging, again, when I start working with like corporate people, I'm just like, oh my god, no, I much rather have my current lifestyle right now. I like being my own boss. I hate answering to people. I hate just being polite for the sake of being polite. I seriously, this is my personality. I need to be my own boss because I really think I know what's best in terms of like video content. But then when third party gets involved, I'm just like, get so annoyed. What can I do? I'm not like Mr. Beast where I can just survive off just the YouTube views. I definitely need the sponsors and the funding and whatever. So yeah. Anyway, I had a list of stuff that I want to talk about. What was it? Oh, okay, something funny happened over the weekend. Something funny. So that's a downfall with sponsors. Yeah. Basically, yes. But also even now before this live, I got an email in my inbox, and it's like from, again, like government type thing, and they're like, we really want you to like they're like, Korea's stagnant tourism is an issue, and we really want to collaborate with you on a project. I'm just, are you interested? And I'm just like, okay, but like, again, I hate being told what to do. As I don't mind doing it for other channels, right? If they want me to create content for another channel, I can like, okay, just use me and just pay me. But it's like, if it's on my channel and like they asking me to do stuff, I'm just like, yeah. Okay, so at the weekend I went out. It was one of my friend's birthdays, Michelle. She was in my Yang Yang vlog. It was her birthday, so we went out to Rodeo. And then if I'm going out on a night out, it's usually at Apgujeong Rodeo. But then one of her friends, she knew some promoter in like the Gangnam clubs. So the places that you go out in Rodeo are like lounges, and they're like small. They're not like big ass huge clubs. That's the difference. The clubs in Gangnam or Shinsa area, it's like 2 floors and they're like absolutely massive. It's not really my vibe. I prefer like the smaller underground lounge types in Rodeo. But we went because I was like, okay, I've never been to those. So I was like, okay, first time for everything, let's go. So we went in. It was called Jack and Ribbon, and it's really big. It has an EDM floor, which is not my vibe, and also a hip hop floor. The vibe that I got is like Gangnam Club is like I think it's a younger crowd first of all than Apgujeong Rodeo. Younger crowd, like early 20s. And also it's just the vibe that I just did not like is the lounges in Rodeo is just like, it's like a room, and then you have just like tables and just like the floor. But these ones is just like you have the it's like first of all the floor is massive, and like the DJ booth is massive, but then you have like these tables that are like raised, like the floor parts of the tables is like slightly raised above everyone else on the floor. And so basically the guys who have booked the tables, they're like, they can see, like they can look down and just like see whoever's walking past, right? And so it was like 4 of us, 4 girls, and we were just walking by, and then they would literally, guys just like grab my arm and just like pulling me up onto the floor. I'm just like, I mean, I knew this is a thing in like Gangnam clubs, so I'm just like, no, no, this is not my vibe. Don't just pull on my arm. Yeah, that does not happen really in Apgujeong rodeo. Like people can like maybe come and talk to you, but there's no like arm pulling like this. Like seriously, and I was like, okay, I don't like this. And yeah, I just don't like the EDM stuff anyway. I much prefer hip hop if I'm going to go out and dance, so you can like twerk and grind to it. But yeah, that was not my vibe. But something funny happened when I went into the girls' bathroom. Like, I was like coming out, and then I saw these two girls, and they were from, and then one of them came up to me. I was like, just like I think on my phone, and then she came up to me. She's like, "Oh, are you Anna? Do you make videos on YouTube?" Right? I was like, yeah. She's like, "Oh my god, so we're here from Singapore, and like we actually used your videos to go around Seoul because you know you're like neighborhood guides and stuff." I was like, "Oh, that's so nice." And then she suddenly like gave me a hug, and she was like, "I hope you're doing okay." Because everyone I guess who's watched my recent vlogs, they know what's going on in my life, so they're like, she's like, "I hope you're okay, it will be okay." And I was like, "Oh my god, girl, I'm completely fine." But thank you. So I find it, because I completely forget that people around the world, I guess, know what's happening, because I guess I put it out there. So so yeah, thank you to those girls. They're probably not watching this, but yeah, it was nice to meet you. If sponsors want people to watch/listen and see the ads, they shouldn't want you to change. That's why people tune in. Yeah. Pulling you to do what exactly? So I'm guessing you're asking about the arm pulling. It's just guys, they want guys, like a group of them go, right? And they pay for a table. And those I must say, I think the clubs in Gangnam, Shinsa area is much more higher price to get a table there than in Apgujeong rodeo, if I'm not mistaken. I really think so. So obviously they're not gonna just go there and just drink with just guys. They want to like try and get girls to drink with them. Oh, also there was another table. There was another section. We were on the floor, right? And then there was this like random girl. She looked like the hostess or something. And then she was like, "Hey, do you wanna like come and drink with these guys? They I guess they were like they want you to come." And so me and my friends are so like up for anything, and like let's go, let's just check it out. And so it was like a hidden back room, like VIP. And like I've heard about the scandal with like Burning Sun all those years ago. This is why I don't like these big Gangnam clubs, but like anyway, so it was big, huge ass VIP room in the back, but there were only 2 guys in there, 2. And so it was like 4 of us, and then like the hostess, she's like, "Oh, girls, come in." And there was like this dark, dingy, and it was like no music playing. And it's just like 2 guys in there, just like watching as we walk out. I was just like, "Yeah, no, I'm not staying here. No, thank you." So we're like, we're gonna go out. Bye. Yeah, this is really not my vibe. I want to go out because I want to have a good time with my friends, genuinely. And I do like to dance, and that is just really not my vibe. And then we went to Times instead afterwards. And my favorite DJ was there. What does your shirt say? It says Stussy. It's a streetwear brand. I got this from Japan. What percentage of these lounges/clubs don't allow foreigners, do you think? Apgujeong rodeo is very friendly to foreigners, because there's a lot of couples there too. Most Apgujeong lounges you'll get in. I'm not sure about Gangnam, it's slightly different. Yeah, I feel like it's a lot more Korean in Gangnam, Shinsa area. But yeah, I don't know, because actually I've only mostly gone out with like just other Korean girls, so I honestly can't really tell you, unless I've been out to Hongdae with my foreigner friends. But to Gangnam or Shinsa or Apgujeong area, I've only been out with my Korean girlfriends. So yeah, and I'm Korean, so I just haven't had that experience where I've been discriminated. But yeah, I just found it really funny that people all over the world, they're like, "Oh, I hope you're doing okay." Yeah. Reminds me of the meat markets in the 80s. Meat markets? I haven't been to that many, but I've had one bar turn me away as a foreigner. Really? If any of you in Seoul, I've heard that Hype is like the new hot place. It's a hip hop lounge in a rodeo. I've heard a lot of people are going to Hype. I've been there once, but it was like I went there too early in the evening. I think it was not that many people. My daughter recently moved to Seoul, so we are not sure what places she should avoid. I mean, Seoul is not like, it's not like New York, for example, where there are definitely neighborhoods that you have to avoid. It's not really like that. Although, I mean, you guys know, like, there's been like these, I talked about it in the last live, but like knife stabbings and like, although there was like a rape, but this is really, really uncommon. Hold on, let me, because this is one of my topics. Let me bring it up. One sec. Also, okay, I'll talk about this after this story, but screen share. So, yeah. So left shaken by brutal case of assault and rape in a public park in Shillim. Although, okay, Shillim is kind of like an area where it's a slightly, if you have to pick a place in Seoul that's slightly dodgy, it's going to be Shillim. I don't know why. I think it's just a lot of, I think there are a lot of, what kind of neighborhood is it? Like, I think Danny knows more about this than me. But anyway, it's just kind of known as like a slightly dodgier neighborhood, Shillim. A man in his 30s was apprehended by police on August 17th for assaulting and raping a woman on a hiking trail. I think she has now passed away, which is very sad. Suspect has confessed to the allegation. And this was around 11:40 a.m. on a Thursday. He attacked her with brass knuckles and sexually assaulted her in broad daylight. Hikers heard the victim's screams and called the police at 11:45, luckily very soon. And they arrived and apprehended him at 10 past 12. She was immediately transported to hospital. She remains unconscious and in critical condition. I do think that she has died. That's the most recent update. I committed the crime because I wanted to rape. Okay. What was his... He had arrived at the park's entrance nearly 14 minutes before the crime. He had prepared for the crime beforehand, included target searching. Okay. He attacked the victim on a hillside away from the walking path. They quoted him saying, "I chose the place for a crime because I went there often and knew it had no CCTV cameras." He had no previous offenses, but he has a record of a suspended indictment for dissertation for the tree service. He was likely under the influence, but his alcohol and drug test came back negative. So he's just mentally unstable, I guess. Yeah, Shillim was, there was also, Shillim station was where the knife thing happened. But yeah, crazy. So, like I said, if you have to avoid any area in Seoul, I guess avoid Shillim. Yeah, there's not really much to do there anyway. I feel like it's kind of an old neighborhood, but everywhere else in Seoul is really okay. And like, yeah, like he said, like the thingy guy said, he chose that area because there is no CCTV. Usually in most places in Seoul, there are CCTVs everywhere, so you're gonna be fine. Really, Korea is just like 100 times safer than most Western countries and cities, so don't worry about it. But that's my advice. Wait, I'm reading your comments from way up. Okay, famous guys. We're talking about the club again. Famous guys. Have I seen famous people in a club? I mean, like I've seen J Park and like some Unpretty rappers perform, but actual celebrities, I don't think so. No. I know they go to those places, but the timing hasn't been right. I will tell you, obviously, if I see one. I will tell you. I'm Korean but live in the States. If I went to a club in Korea, will they let me in? Of course they will. I kind of can speak Korean, but I can 100% understand Korean. Of course they'll let you in. Like I said, the Apgujeong Rodeo clubs, there's loads of foreigners in those clubs. Yeah, and like sometimes too, people do recognize me at lounges and clubs and stuff. So it's absolutely fine. Which skincare treatments do you do? Which clinics do you recommend? I actually don't go to clinics all that often unless I have like a really bad breakout or something. But I've gone primarily for like laser hair removal, which is the best. I really recommend everyone do that in Seoul if you haven't. It's the best because it's so cheap. But I don't really go, I just do like home. Because also I'm an influencer, I get sent so much skincare. I have skincare to last me for like years. So I really don't need to buy much skincare. So I just do a lot of home treatments and stuff. I don't really go to clinics. I think I probably should start going. I am not against getting Botox and stuff. I will get it. Anna, I know you are much younger than me. Where would someone 50 plus go? Maybe a video about that, please. I do like to hang out with younger people. Would they be comfortable? I honestly can't tell you because I have not, like, I don't personally have any friends who are 50 plus and well, first of all, yeah, I don't have any friends who I go out with who are like my dad's or like that kind of generation. And they're definitely not going out to clubs. So I don't know, if anyone else in the comments, if you know, maybe if you ask like the foreigner groups in maybe Hongdae, no, but Hongdae is really young too. Maybe Itaewon. But you might have a bit of a problem because there is like a certain age limit. Unless maybe you spend loads on a table and bottles, maybe they'll let you in. But I think like most clubs in the world are there's like an age limit. So yeah, I don't know. If anyone knows the answer, please write in the comments. What age are you allowed into clubs there? Here in NYC is 21. Yeah, it's as soon as you turn adult age, so 20 in Korea. You said they're going to increase a number of CCTV areas. Are you team iPhone or Samsung? I am team iPhone and Apple. I own everything Apple, although I am Korean. I own Apple stock too. I don't even own Samsung stock, I own Apple stock. But I am Korean by blood. Very proud of Samsung. Also guys, there was a military drill yesterday, and so this was the first military drill that's happened apparently in the last 6 years or something, and I've never experienced this before, and I guess it's to do with like, I don't know, like just to prepare against just in case North Korea attacks. You know, this is the nature of living in South Korea. So I was like really like worried because it was on the news like, hey, so at 2 p.m. there's gonna be sirens that go off and you have to take shelter at the nearest shelter. There's like like you can find on like your Kakao Naver map like the nearest like shelter where you should go. And I was like, oh my god, so like even if I'm just at home, do I have to go out and take shelter and stuff? But like I think for most Korean people, if you are at home, everyone just stayed home. But like I was just like, okay, I'm gonna try, and because I was like, also filming a vlog this week for I'm making a weekly vlog for the Seoul promotion program thing, whatever. And so I was like, okay, I might as well just be outside and try to get content because this is quite exciting, you know? So I was at a cafe, right? And then 2 p.m. hit and like nothing really happened. There was I didn't hear any sirens. And like apparently cars on the street were supposed to stop as well. And this drill was meant to last for 15 to 20 minutes. So until like 2:20 or something. And I was getting so excited. I was like, oh my god, so like, okay, the cars are gonna stop, the roads are gonna stop, and like we're gonna all have to stop. Nothing changed. And I was like, okay. So I was like, okay, maybe I'll just like walk down the street and see what happens. And I walked down past the train station, and then there were like people standing there, officials standing there, like, okay, they were like, this is a drill, we're practicing a drill, go inside the station. And I was like, okay. And then once I went inside, there were a lot more people, but it lasted like not even 10 minutes, and it was kind of lame. Like, so I was like, I was really like wanting some exciting content for my vlog, but it was kind of lame and not that exciting. So yeah, that happened. Also, I guess related to this, let me screenshot. Did you guys hear about this? So a US soldier defected to North Korea. Let me read this story. His name is Travis King. Yes. He willfully and without authorization crossed into North Korea on July 18th while taking a civilian tour of the Joint Security Area. It's very near the DMZ that separates North and South Korea. There is no physical barrier inside the JSA, and a US official said that after bolting over the line, over the border, King tried to enter a North Korean facility, but the door was locked. He then ran back to the back of the building, at which point he was hurried into a van and driven away by North Korean guards. The US has repeatedly tried to contact North Korea for an update, but they haven't received any response. Okay, so let's see about this guy. So he joined in 2021, so not that long ago. Just 1 week before making his dash across the border, he was released from a detention facility in South Korea, where he had served 50 days doing labor because he had done something. What was his crime? What was his thing? He was just facing disciplinary procedures. I think he was maybe like assault or something in South Korea. Army escorts released him at a security checkpoint in Incheon International Airport, but then he left the airport on his own, and then he joined the tour of the JSA, which he had previously booked with a private company. He had assaulted an individual in South Korea and had been in custody of the South Korean government and was going to come back to the United States to face the consequences in the army. And so he had, I guess, done something. Obviously, his family are like, please don't do anything bad. Please make him return safe. Relations between the United States and North Korea have been fraught for decades, but things are particularly tense right now. I guess this is why we're having military drills and stuff. We're talking about missiles and blah, blah, blah. He's believed to be the first US soldier to cross into North Korea since 1982. And obviously this is quite bad. As a private, he would not likely have access to top-level information, but just by being on US military installation, he may be able to talk about things like base layouts or what units and numbers of troops are there. This makes him a powerful bargaining chip for North Korea. They could also use him for propaganda purposes. Why did he decide to do this, I wonder? Why? Apparently he was complaining about the US Army, like how it's really strict and stuff. This is what I've read. There was another article, hold on. Yeah, his motivation remains unconfirmed, but it says he harbored ill feeling against inhuman maltreatment and racial discrimination within the US Army and wanted to stay in the North or a third country because he was disillusioned at the unequal American society. So you'd rather go into North Korea? You really want to walk yourself into a hellhole instead? Wow. Guy is delulu. Okay, nobody knows what's happened right now. There was that one guy, what was his name? I can't remember his name, but the guy that was like tortured. What was his name? You guys know? And then he eventually passed away, right? When he returned to the States. Do not go into North Korea willingly. Like, seriously. What's wrong with you? He sprinted into North Korea, basically. And in South Korea, he was fined $4,000 and faced the disciplinary action. Okay, no, that's why he spent time in the Korean prison instead of paying the fine. I see. So he was destroying public property and damaging a police car during a profanity-laced tirade against Koreans. This is when he was in South Korea. So this is a bit sad, but like, why, no matter how unhappy you are in your own country, seriously, why would you go to North Korea? If you have some sort of idea, if you've read any books, articles, or watched any YouTube videos about North Korea, why would you do that? So I find it hard to have sympathy. I don't know. It seems like he has issues. What are you guys saying? Mentally unwell. Was he a spy or something? This is so random. I genuinely don't think he was a spy, but who knows? But I think he was just an unhappy guy. Now instead of being unhappy, he's going to be party tortured, beaten, used as propaganda, bargaining, like they said. He's probably going to divulge military secrets. That's wild. Yeah, maybe. He probably has, especially when you're under torture, you're gonna spill, aren't you? some not Koreans, some people ask me, right, when they find out that I'm from South Korea. This is obviously when I was in the West. They're like, would you ever want to go into North Korea if you had the chance? And I was just like, no, I'm just not that interested. And everyone asked me, like, do you want it to be unified in the end? Like, yes and no, because obviously South Korea is such a small country. It's better, and if you look at it long term, if we have the whole country, and it's like, you can, it's like in the end we were the same country before. It's just we got separated. But now I really think it's just way too different. The people there is just way too different, and it's just like, for every and the economic burden on South Koreans, if we ever get unified with North Korea, it's every one South Korean person going to have to feed every one North Korean. No, one South Korean person is going to have to feed every 3 South Koreans. This is how much burden it's going to be. So I can't understand how it's going to work. I think one day eventually they will unify North and South, but like, I really think it's a really huge problem, like, to tackle. So I don't know. I've never been to the DMZ. I've never done that tour thing either. The closest I got was when I had to do this video for like a tourism thing, and I went up on a mountain and I could kind of see North Korea across the water from afar. That's the closest I got. But yeah, I mean, with these military drills, like, if an actual attack happens, like, and if Seoul gets bombed, like, there's literally nothing I can do, right? And if we all just go out at once, that's what happens. There's literally nothing I can do. If we go out, we go out. And I guess if the country goes into a state of war, my brother will have to be called back to war, because he trained in the military. This is why they all train, right? So you have the training. And I guess Danny, David, everyone, all the guy friends that I have, they all have to go back and like fight in the military. Yeah. My dad is past that age, I think, but all of my friends, my brother, people around my age, they will all have to go and fight. So yeah, this is the reality of living in South Korea. Torture doesn't work. Does it not? Are you speaking from experience? I've never been under torture, but I mean, the only thing I have is from like the movies, and it seems like it does have an effect. If somebody tried to like cut off my arm and leg, I'd be like, oh, okay, I'll tell you. I'm sorry, I don't think I'm that strong. I don't know about the US military, but going to North Korea to get away from it is not smart. The only option I can think he did was he had a mental break. Yeah, probably. What's up with Joy from Red Velvet? She missed the European tour. I have no idea what that is about. I have no idea. Maybe I'll look it up, but I don't know what you're talking about there. I'm so excited to visit Korea. Oh, Amanda, I don't think I'll visit the border though. I know that's like a tourist spot. I mean, I really think the border is actually fine to go because it's so heavily patrolled on both sides. So unless you're going to be crazy and you decide to cross the border yourself, the actual border itself is actually really safe because there's so many people out there patrolling and officers and stuff. It's actually safe. If both Korea united, the North Korea won't handle all the stress from everything thrown at them all at once. Yeah. And it's like when East and West Germany after World War II, they unified. There's still somewhat of a divide. As like, I think the Germans that live there can also agree on this. There is still somewhat of a class divide between West and East Germany. Am I speaking completely out of facts? If anyone's from Germany, can you please write in the chat? Is this still the case? Like there is still a different vibe between East and West Germany. I did the DMZ tour, actually, basically everything a year ago. I was in Korea. Yeah, I heard about the drills. Heard a report saying that reunification would take up to 50 years to do properly. Yeah, so in my lifetime, is it going to happen if I live that long? I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, like the fact that, you see, this is why also the sexism that I talked about, gender issues in Korea, the fact that girls don't go to the army but all men have to in cases of scenarios like this, and then obviously if war happens, then all eligible young men who are fit to fight, they have to go and have to fight for the country. So this is why guys are saying, like, actually men in Korea, they actually have it so hard, and you know, all this stuff. So this is why gender wars is really, yeah. Pray for your male companions. Pray for them. Yeah. I mean, to be honest, like, if people ask me, like, aren't you scared? Like, the fact that you're living in South Korea, aren't you scared the possibility of, like, war? Very, very. But I asked my dad this question. He's been like, ever since I was, like, young, there was always this threat. But it's just, like, every time Kim Jong-un or, like, the predecessor, every time they said something, it's, like, been constant threats, but nothing actually really happens. Nothing really actually happens. Unless, unless really, like, nuclear war, like, did any of you guys watch Oppenheimer? Because I haven't watched it, but Danny said he did. He watched it the day before we went into the ramen and chill shoot, and he was like, it's actually so boring. He's like, don't watch it. He's like, it's 3 hours. The first 2 hours is like him like making the bomb, the nuclear bomb and all that. The last hour, he was just like, I was falling asleep. The last hour is him feeling guilty. And he was like, it's too long. Did any of you watch it? He was like, Danny was like, I preferred Barbie. But yeah, unless it's like an actual nuclear bomb with like the threat to actually wipe out like towns and like, you know. Yeah, do you guys agree with having nuclear weapons? We're going into like the completely different topics for like existential crisis, and do you guys agree with nuclear weapons? Do you agree? What do you think, especially because I know I have a lot of US people, what do you think about the fact that the US dropped 2 on Japan? Was it completely necessary to end the war, or was it like, what do you guys think about this? I'm very interested in this kind of thing. Was it necessary? Under torture, you'll say anything to make it stop. Yeah, I guess so. People who are tortured will only say whatever is necessary to make the torture stop, I guess. Yeah, I guess that's right. Hold on, my chat is going funny. From what I know, East Germany is still slightly conservative, but I would say not too obvious. I see. All the time that I lived in London, I've been to Munich and I've been to other German towns. I've never been to Berlin, and I'm so bummed about this. Next time I go back to Europe, I really want to go to Berlin and really do a trip in Berlin. I really want to do this. Yeah, it was really a shame. Also, like, also clubs in Berlin are worldwide famous, except the music there is not really my vibe. It's like EDM, techno, house, but I've heard it's like intense. But yeah, I really want, yeah, just for the historical like tour of Germany and Berlin and stuff. I really, really want to go. I studied history for my A levels as well, so I'm really clued up about like World War and like what happened and all that stuff. So I'm really, really interested. Also, I wanted to go to this. I should have done this while I was living in London. I wanted to go to the Warsaw concentration camp, because you can. It's like you can get there. What was it called? The famous one. If you guys know what I'm talking about, write in the chat. But the famous one in Warsaw. I wanted to go, but I just never got the chance. I think it's in South Korea's interest to have less tension with North Korea. South Korea is in a vulnerable position just to have the US as an ally and China and NK as an enemy. That's basically what the previous president tried to do, tried to chum me up with North Korea, but then there were also a lot of people in South Korea who were very unhappy. They're like, we are turning to communist, like we can't, like la la la. I don't want to go into all this, but like, yeah. You know what would be cool? If you could do some videos to teach some basic Korean phrases slash words slash greetings. I think that would be awesome. Okay, maybe. But I always try to, maybe if there's enough demand. I don't know if that'll be that entertaining though, but I always try to have some sort of entertainment factor in the video as well, but let's see. I think there's a divide in Berlin, but it'll decrease with time from what I saw there. I see. Are women allowed to go to the military if they wanted to? No, it's just men. Just men. But like, I had friends when I was in London, girl who was in Israel, from Israel, sorry, and she had been to the military. Like, it's compulsory there. Women go for 2 years, guys go for 4 years. So it's really intense. And she was like, yeah, I learned how to handle guns and shoot. And I was like, wow. I was like, in Korea, yeah, girls don't go. So I guess it is unfair. Yeah, I guess it is unfair. If like true, like if the true word of the word feminist means everything equal, then I guess women should go as well. There is no, if that's what the word feminist really means, feminism means in Korea, then women should technically go as well. And with the declining birth rate in Korea, I think maybe in 10, 20 years, maybe girls will just have to go as well. There's not going to be enough people. Maybe there's more sensitivity towards women because of the Japanese occupation. I don't know if I agree with that, because no, I don't think that's the reason. The fact that there were comfort women, I don't think that's necessarily related to the current women of today not going. Because anyone can fight, anyone can train technically. You can, anyone can with enough training. You can learn how to shoot, learn how to, you know, do military stuff. Like I said, people in Israel, women in Israel have to go. A 3-hour biopic about a depressing topic, I'll pass. I saw the movie, it was so long. Barbie was way better. Okay, so I think, yeah, I'll pass on Oppenheimer. We'll just watch it, not in the cinema, but like in my own time, maybe. Yes, nuclear weapons are the best deterrent against war. Okay. Hold on, my chat is also going funny again. There is a PBS documentary about Oppenheimer that is 45 minutes long and much more compelling. Well, okay, that's, I can do 45 minutes. Okay, you guys, I'm reading the chat about like when I asked if the nuclear bombs dropped on Japan was necessary. So hindsight is 2020. It did end the war though. At the time, it was necessary to end the war. Yes. After they bombed Hawaii, yes. Nuclear weapons are a no for me. Touchy subject. I think yes, Japan was not going to stop. You don't win wars by being polite. So yeah, this is a very controversial subject. And I do imagine, but it must have been so weird for the guy, the inventor of the nuclear bomb, to be like, hey, so we just did that. We just literally pressed that button and we literally just did that on a whole town twice. So it's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. Why drop 2 nuclear bombs? I don't think we should have dropped any, but I wonder why they thought to drop 2. I've heard Japan wouldn't have stopped. What? What is this? What is your opinion of the Chicago 7-Eleven employees beating the living light out of the cigarette thief that beat him with a stick? I have no idea what that is. I have, sorry, no idea what that is. Oh, you did history A-levels. Nice. As someone that lived and taught there, it is wild. Okay, yeah, Auschwitz. Sorry. That was the thing yeah, Auschwitz. Exactly. Okay, I'm going so behind on the chat. Okay, I have some other stories I wanted to bring up. Hold on. Okay, so this is something slightly more light-hearted. I found this thing on Reddit. I felt so hilarious. So, you know, a few lives ago, I was talking about the Jamboree think the disaster that was held in Korea, you know, with all the kids dying of like heat exhaustion, not that literally dying, but just like very overheating and like getting sick. So now it's finished, and I found this thing on Reddit. It's really funny. So look at this picture. So this is like the final day. Scouts from Czech Republic were evacuated to Nowan-gu. It's like a district. It's actually called Nowan, due to the typhoon. The banner the council they put up on their leaving day: "Goodbye, Jamboree. No one will miss you." Isn't that funny? I thought that was really funny. Because if most Korean people, they probably did not understand how I was gonna read. Because literally the district itself is called No One. And imagine the faces of these kids. They're like, "Hey guys, no one will miss you." They probably were like, "What the frick?" That's a bit harsh. They look nice. Oh, so funny. Yeah, so poor kids, and like just the whole jamboree thing was a disaster, but like I'm glad that it's finished in the end. We will miss you. Korea will miss you, and we're sorry for everything that happened. Imagine pulling up there. You're like, okay, this is the last day. It's like, bye. No one's gonna miss you. This is why they need like a native English speaker to like properly like read through these signs, and they need to consult people like me. Because then you say like from everyone at No One Gu, we will all miss you or something. You just have to rephrase it, but no one will miss you. Anyway, I thought that was really funny. And then okay, the next one, I saw this on Reddit too. This is the Korea subreddit. Sometimes they have really funny stuff going on in there. My mother-in-law made me a peanut butter samgyeopsal sandwich today. A few months ago, I told my mother-in-law I liked peanut butter. Now she loves to throw it on everything. Today's pibae and samgyeopsal sandwich was the best. Would you try this? Peanut butter and samgyeopsal. To be honest, peanut butter can actually go with a lot of stuff. You know, peanut butter and like apples, bananas, samgyeopsal, because Koreans love like the sweet, salty. Everyone loves tanjan tanjan. But I guess peanut butter is not, unless you get, it's not sweet though. It's like, is it sweet? It's not sweet. And samgyeopsal is definitely like salty. So it's like, I guess nutty and salty. That's what she said. That sounds so gross. Most people, I think, yeah, no offense, but this is against the Geneva Convention, my friend. 안 보는 삽니다. That translates to like, I wanna never see that again, basically. Save my eyes. Kind of like satay pork. I guess that makes sense. Yeah, you have like, in what kind of dish is it? Like some Asian dishes where you like dip meat into like peanut butter sauce. So I guess something like that. Your mother-in-law doesn't want you. Delete immediately, what the fuck? Divorce. Divorce, babe, divorce. Yeah. But anyway, I thought that was funny. And there were other topics I was gonna say. Hold on. Oh. This was also lighthearted. Study claims Koreans have the least body odor in the world, but like we knew this. If you guys ever come to Korea, I guess if you're a foreigner and you come to Korea, some people ask me like, what should I pack? And then sometimes I really think about this because I'm like, you can just buy everything here. One thing I do recommend if you're a foreigner and you do use deodorant. Deodorant does exist in Korea, but there's only like one brand maybe, and it's like it's not, you can't find it on like every single store or convenience store. It's like kind of like a specialty product. It's not like if you go into like any random drugstore in the UK or the US, it's like you have rows and rows of deodorants. This is really not the case in Korea. People don't really use it. So this is actually a true thing that there was a statistic. Okay, so there's a unique genetic trait amongst Koreans that makes them less susceptible to producing armpit odor. It reveals that they do not possess the ABCC11 gene, which is associated with armpit odor production. While more than 80% of Europeans, Africans, and Latin Americans carry this gene, it's infrequent amongst East Asians. Notably, Koreans stand out even amongst East Asians, as only 0.006% of Koreans possess this gene, compared to 20% of Japanese and roughly 10% of Chinese populations. So literally, this is scientific. So who are the, I'm sorry for African Americans who have the strongest. Yeah, so deodorants in Korea, this is not really a thing. So if you come and you, especially if you're coming in the summer and you're kind of self-conscious about this kind of thing, yeah, we don't really smell. Even if obviously people sweat, Korean people sweat. It's not like you don't sweat, but it just doesn't have that like pungent. Sometimes when I went on the London underground, especially in the summer, people like holding the things, right? You get like a whiff of like, it almost smells like weed. Sometimes body odor, I feel like sometimes it smells like weed. I'm just like, what is that? You know? What is that? I remember smelling that a lot in London. So that's what I recommend if you come to Korea. In Korea, there are strong food smells. You have to get used to that. I mean, yeah, no doubt about that. There are strong food smells. Also, this is really pissing me off. That just reminded me. I can smell cigarette smoke in my bathroom because I'm guessing someone from like lower floors is like smoking in their bathroom and it's like coming through the thingy. What do you call it? Not the pipe, but like the wind, the whatever you call it. I can smell it in my bathroom. And I'm just like, I go into my bathroom to pee and I can smell cigarette smoke. So I'm like, what the frick? And then I see like notices being put on in like a communal area being like, whoever is smoking on the 6th and 7th floor, like stop it right now. There's like big notices going on. So I was like, yeah, seriously, stop it. I do not want my bathroom to smell like cigarettes. Vent, exactly. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. But if you walk through Yeouido station in the summer, it still smells like sweat. Oh, does it? I hardly ever go to Yeouido because I have no reason to go to Yeouido basically, but yeah. My daughter took 12 things of deodorant and hundreds of tampons when she moved to Seoul. Oh, that also, I would say maybe 10 years ago, tampons are really not a thing, but I think more people use tampons now, definitely. It's easy to get tampons. Yeah. What's the point of the gene? I mean, I don't know if there's a point. It's just like what you're born with or what you're not. Like how Asians are born with the, you know, the Asian glow gene usually. And usually we can drink like less alcohol than, I don't know, maybe let's say like Irish people. I don't know. It's just like it's what you're born with. And Koreans just have this gene where obviously you sweat. Like I'm saying, you do sweat, but you just don't have like that pungent smell. Yeah. We don't have a lot of body hair either, just on our heads. Sometimes not on the heads either. Korean subway smells like garlic. Does it? I can't really tell. But maybe it's just because I'm used to the smell of garlic. Does it actually smell like garlic to you guys? I think it smells pretty clean. Korean subway. Okay, one more story. Okay, this and this. Actually, I'll go on live for slightly longer than an hour today because I missed yesterday. So, okay. Let me screen share this. So you guys know, I do reviews on Singles Inferno every time they put a new season. I heard from loads of people in my actual friend groups, they're looking for a foreigner, like someone non-Korean, to join for season 3 for Singles Inferno. I don't know how true that is, but that's what I've heard from friends. So let's see. I'll be reviewing season 3 when it comes out. Okay, but so why I'm saying about Singles Inferno is because, so you guys know G Idol, the girl group? There was a picture of her and Moon Se-eun, this guy. this guy from the season 1, he was like the kind of like the one that would not leave Cheon alone. He was kind of the annoying, but then he ended up with her in the end. They've been pictured together on a date, I guess. So G-Idol, she's like the main rapper producer for the girl group G-Idol. So they were together at a department store, and this picture was taken, and I guess they're shopping, and he like looks directly into the camera. I don't know who took this picture, but yeah, they might be dating, or well, it's just like the rumors are like they're dating, because why would they just be out and about? And it's like so public, and they're like not hiding it at all. Yes, he was the chef. He is the chef, Moon Se-eun. Yeah, totally random, right? But I mean, if they are dating, good for them. But I don't, to be honest, I don't think anyone cares that much. Okay, but I just thought that was kind of funny. Next. Oh my god, okay. You know, you guys know, well, this is not 100% confirmed, but you know Lisa is rumored to be dating the son of Frederick Arnold is like the son of the CEO of LVMH, the most like luxury label that owns like all the luxury labels in the world. So, son of LVMH CMO Bernard Arnold. There were loads of pictures of them together in, I think, Paris, and there was a new picture of them in America, waiting inside a private lounge at an airport in Los Angeles. And also when she uploaded her, that's him with the group. There were pictures of her that she uploaded to her Instagram of when she was on holiday, and it was rumored that she was with his family. So just to talk about who he is, Frederick Arnold's net worth will stem from Dad Bernard's 222 billion empire. So this guy, he is the CEO of Tag Heuer, the watch brand. He is 28 years old. He is the LVMH CEO's third son and fourth child. He is currently serving as, for the luxury brand Tag Heuer. He joined the LVMH owned company in 2017. He grabbed the top CEO spot in 2020. He is a graduate of France's elite École Polytechnique School. He studied computational and applied mathematics. Okay. That's what he looks like. Wait, hold on. Where's the other? Wait, hold on. I add another link. 1 second. Okay, no. His dad's business is worth that much money. They own beauty brands such as Louis Vuitton, Dior, Tag Heuer, and Sephora. They acquired Tiffany & Co., which also isn't Rosé. Rosé is the ambassador for Tiffany & Co. They acquired it for 15.8 billion. They also deal with venture capital firms, and they invest in Netflix and ByteDance, which is TikTok's parent company. So basically they have fuckloads of money. Fuckloads. He is currently the richest man in the world. He stands second to Elon Musk. Wow. Okay, so the eldest daughter is the current CEO of Dior. She is 48 years old. The first son and the second child, he is the CEO of Loro Piana, which is a very luxury Italian brand. So the third son is Alex Arnold, which is the guy that Lisa's rumored to be dating. The youngest, she is a director of marketing and development for watches at Louis Vuitton. So this family is crazy. And Lisa, like, good for you, girl, but like, objectively, guys, if he wasn't who he was, is he cute enough to be dating Blackpink? Objectively. If he was just like a normie. But obviously, clearly he's not a normie, and obviously, like, I think it's, if you want to date Blackpink, I guess you need to be on this kind of level. I don't know. If I had Lisa's, she's already so rich, right? She's already so rich. If I were her, I would just kind of pick and choose like what kind of guy. Like, it's not like you need to financially depend on a guy. She has enough to live off on her own plus more. you know. Literally, this is what I was talking about with a friend of mine yesterday. I was like, I wish I could be baller enough just to like literally date like whoever, like just to date someone based on like who they are as like their personality and their, I guess, how attractive I find them, instead of like, are we going to be a good fit for me, like financially and all this stuff. Seriously, if I was Lisa, but good for her though. She, if all the girl Blackpink, you can't win more than that in terms of like, if you care about financial bag in a man, you cannot win more than this guy. So, good for her, I guess. And I'm sure, I mean, it seems like he really likes her. He's like following her everywhere. He seems very supportive. So I guess good for her. But like, if I were her, I would I would be dating like other people, I think. Yeah, he's tall. He looks tall. Tall and lanky. Anyway, next one. I did not know about this. So, okay. Something happened here. Recently, Jimin and Jungkook, they were both in New York. He is performing on GMA, Good Morning America. Something happened on a boat. Video surfaced of them boarding a yacht. There was no audio if you saw this video. The reason was that the person behind the camera made rude remarks about the BTS members. Okay, I don't know what this video is. I haven't seen it. The man behind the camera could be heard laughing and mockingly commenting, "The dude in charge," as in, I think he's talking about the BTS manager. The dude in charge, he was all like, "You guys need to keep your phones away, don't talk a lot in English." And I said, "Listen bro, they're getting on my boat, not the other way around, player." According to the armies, he and his friends allegedly continued to mock BTS, making jokes at their expense and saying no one knew who they were. So, I haven't watched this video, I don't know what it is. The man in question was the yacht's captain, and he shared the videos via his Instagram stories. Armies were enraged that Jungkook and Jimin's privacy was invaded and trusted the captain to... and the trusted captain also rudely made comments and xenophobic remarks about them. So obviously armies did the army thing. Armies did what armies do. They complained. But like, they all came out, they all complained. Contacted Big Hit shortly after the yachting company took down its website. Additionally, both the company's social media as well as the captain's had been deleted and /privated. So that happened. If anyone knows, if you want to go against the BTS army, you're gonna die. Don't do that, basically. Do not do that. I guess he was not clued up on internet culture, online discourse. You are dumb to go against BTS army like this. Isn't this old news? Oh, is this old news? Sorry, this is my first time seeing it, so I thought I would talk about it. That was the first time I saw, and I was like, oh, I did not know about this. Were they making fun of them because they are Korean? I'm guessing because they probably had a lot of entourage, and there was probably had a lot of people with them. They're like, who are these people? Especially if you don't follow like the online stuff, then just like, who the hell are these people? So I guess they were making comments. But yeah, I think that's all I had to talk about for this week. So watch out for the Ramen and Chill vlog going up soon, and also this Seoul. I'm very, very worried about this Seoul vlog actually. Because like, I want to do vlogs in the way it's like, I want to also talk about, the thing I think that makes a good YouTuber, right, with any kind of video that you put out, you have to be a good storyteller. So I realized like with vlogs, people appreciate it when there's like a bit of personal storyline going on throughout it, like bit of personal insight or whatever, instead of just me going, although there are some channels who are just about like cafe hopping and like I went to this place and this place and this place, but personally I don't like to watch just those kind of vlogs. So when I make vlogs from now on, I want to have like some sort of like storyline going on as to what's going on in my life, as well as showing, you know, places in Seoul. And so But then this, because I'm doing this with collaboration with the Soul like agency, like the thingy, they're just like, they're very strict. And they're like, no, only keep saying good things about Soul and don't talk about anything else, and keep this, you haven't emphasized Soul enough. And I'm just like, yeah, but this is my channel. I want to be able to just talk about what I want to do, and I don't know, but yeah, I wish I was Mr. Beast. I could just put out whatever content without having to like bow down to sponsors and whatnot. Hey ho, I just have to work with what I have. So yeah, I'll watch out for those vlogs. And anything else I needed to say? I think that was pretty much it. I have to go and start doing other work, but yeah, thank you for joining. I'll come back next week with a live. Have a good week, a good weekend, everybody, and see you next time. Bye bye.